And if not today, is there a birthday very close to today? Okay. And what is your name again?
Jarvis.
Oh, Jarvis. Yes. Hi. Okay. So Jarvis, here you go.
Damn it, I missed it. I missed it by one day.
Should I show which card he's getting? I don't know if you can see it. Need some help with those candles? I'm sorry. Sorry. You can keep it. You can give it to somebody. You're welcome. Okay. Anyone here have an anniversary, wedding anniversary? Not today, but close to today. Who's the closest to?
Is your wedding anniversary tomorrow, Mike? Yep, Michael Feldman online.
Okay, so.
He does say it's the 15th in case anybody thinks they can beat it.
Well, I believe everybody what they say. So anyway, Sam will hold it here for you. And this is the anniversary card. Grow old along with me. The best is yet to be.
Anniversary, not on the 15th. So anyway, sorry guys. So yes, happy 15th.
Well, that's his. Okay, so I hope you can kind of remember who.
Breaking news. It is his 15th anniversary and it's on the 15th.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Okay, anyone here?
She's on the 19th, so she missed it, but it's also her 19th anniversary.
Oh, wow. Neat. Not everybody can say that. Okay, now anybody here a cat lover? I'm just talking about cats. Who was just talking? Was it you talking?
Lover, come on.
A real cat lover? Even if you're not, you're gonna like this.
All right, so
You tolerate cats.
I got 3.
Anyone have a cat owner?
I have 3 cats.
say again, Susan.
I said I have 3 cats.
Okay, I was thinking she said it first. Did she say?
I think that counts.
Okay, this one is a dog, but it says, I kissed a cat and I liked it.
I love it.
It's one of my more popular cards for some strange reason. So will you remember who? Okay. All right, now kind of like a sad one. Anyone just lose a pet or know someone who just lost a pet? Just died. Oh, okay. Well, I have a dog sympathy card, but all righty. Does anyone have a friend going through cancer treatment right now? Especially a female for this particular card? Well, that's good. If nobody knows anyone going, that's a good thing. This is this one says, watch out, cancer, you picked the wrong bitch. Right? Female dog. Okay. All righty. And I'll do one more or 2 more. Who has been in this club the longest?
Wait.
Going back, it's Susan again. She does know somebody who was just diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh, okay.
Susan Berry.
It's a man.
Oh, a man. Oh,
Man.
It's a man.
yeah,
It's a
man who was
man.
diagnosed with breast
Okay,
cancer.
well, this one actually for a woman, but I do have another one that says, here's to you, cancer, with the dog sticking his tongue out. I mean, it could be for any.
Oh, I don't need another card, but thank you. I just was trying to make the point that I guess that breast cancer doesn't hit just ladies.
Yeah.
Right, and exactly. And what I'm talking about is any cancer.
Yeah.
No. So we'll save that for you if you'd like to have this one for your male friend.
Okay.
But that other one that says you picked the wrong bitch means you picked the wrong woman.
Right.
Okay, who's been in the club the longest?
I'm thinking that might win. All right, so wait, we may have a new winner. Online. Gretchen comes up and says, can't remember how long. Does that not qualify? Memory loss is
Okay.
obviously a sign.
This is another real popular part of mine. Live like someone let the gate open.
Love it.
Okay. And I guess that's it for now. Okay. Well, then I will give this one to the person who just joined. Okay, CJ? He's going to join.
He hasn't paid his dues yet, but he's
This card is for
he's
whoever
the
just joined. Do we have a new member?
yeah. Well, we do have two new participants today.
Two
You know,
new
so
ones?
CJ showed up in person, and Susan. So let's share with CJ. Sure.
Well.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, I hope you would like this one. Life might not be the party we hope for, but while we're here, we should dance. Like that? Okay, here you go. So everybody else is on the call that gets. Okay. All right, we can start the presentation. I have two gifts at the end for people who stay. It's not that long. It really isn't that long. Okay. First, a little bit of my background. Here I am. If you look real close, I was born in December 49. That's my mom and dad with me. And the reason I like to show this is because that is a print. Understand? That's not a digital image. It is not on my cell phone. It is a print that my parents kept all these years. And that's my dad. That's handwriting on there.
Jay, you might not remember these, but we no.
Okay, next. Okay, next. There's my dad. The reason I'm showing him is because he's the one that got me started in photography. In third grade, I'm from Philadelphia, and I was given an assignment to go down and to do a book report about historic Philadelphia. So I asked my dad to take me to the store to get some postcards with the Liberty Bell and Independence Hall, and he goes, "No, I'm going to drive you to Philly, and you can take the pictures yourself." So my dad is actually the one that got me photography, and I always had a camera with me, and of course was way back with film. There I am in 1967. See that little camera there? I think that's an Instamatic. I graduated in 67, and we didn't have a photography. We didn't have anybody tell us, do what you love doing. I would have gotten photography then, but I became a secretary, which is probably better. It was a steady paycheck, And so when I graduated from high school, I became a secretary for most of my adult life. Then I got married in 1969. I was only 19. I had 2 children. And okay. You go. Then later in life, then when I got married, moved to Virginia, and we moved here in 93. And just when we got here, my son called and he goes, "Hi, Mom." I'm like, "What do you mean?" "Oh yeah, they're having a baby in Pennsylvania." So anyway, I started photographing. When I moved to Virginia, I started taking all my classes at Nova, photo classes at Nova here. And when he was born, I started photographing him and realized I love photographing kids. I had the patience. Then I started my business, part-time photography business, while working as a secretary. And I got on the cover of Washington Parent, 1999. And that's actually when I joined the PPA, Professional Photographers of America. Then later, in 2000, I got my first dog, Buddy. I started my dog photography business. I found out I love photographing dogs. Actually, they were just like toddlers. If you have the patience, So then, okay. Okay, now you can. I'll say next. So then I guess we're at this point. I started my dog photography business. I was getting really busy and all. My husband said to me, "Okay, you can quit your steady full-time, great benefits job to do your photography full-time." And so I did. I quit, and that was September 2000. And in November 2000, I ended up in the hospital with pneumococcal pneumonia for 9 days. First time in my life when I didn't work, I didn't get paid. And then I was eventually diagnosed with multiple myeloma, which is a blood cancer, the plasma cells, like we never even heard of it. So then I went through 2 stem cell transplants, went to Little Rock, Arkansas, the Myeloma Institute for my treatment. And so after a few years, when I was starting to feel better, come back to work and all, then the digital camera came along. But anyway, so next I went into remission right away, and I've been in remission now for 20 years. Okay, that's that. Okay, you can go next. I started making doggy greeting cards, and actually, I was in Little Rock. That's where I had my transplants. I would go back there a lot, and the store took my cards for the first time. And this card, I had photographed dogs with balloons, and she told me a woman came in and said she had to get that for her husband because he made her get rid of their lab to move into an apartment. And so she gave him this card. This, I guess, he's thinking of you. So that's how it started. Life was good. I was in remission. Photography jobs, created doggy greeting cards. I made a slideshow about my cancer journey, and I presented to many different venues, including hospitals. But then, this is the sad part. Again, the next one. My husband, Rich, who was my biggest supporter, he passed away from cancer in 2012, and then my daughter passed away from an accident in 2014. So, and there's Buddy, my first dog, who in between. So how do you go on? My wonderful son, grandchildren, family, friends, and photography were my therapy. I'm usually fine about this. I kept myself distracted with self-publishing a book. And here it is. Cancer is rough, but there is treatment. I have now sold over 1,400 copies to date. It is funny because it's all about the side effects of cancer treatment. Talking about it I have pictures of dogs with their expressions. You know, I showed you one here, nausea. This one is nausea. With every imaginable, whatever you go through with cancer treatment, it makes somebody who's going through it laugh, because it's something like with a support group, you always feel better knowing somebody else is going through the same problem. And my book makes people laugh, patients, cancer patients mostly, because they have experienced it. So now you can go next. So here's actually one page of the book, loss of independence. That's a big side effect, believe me. We have to bug everybody. Can you drive me here? Can you drive me there? Okay, so then next, the best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer someone up. So that's what Mark Twain said. Next. Now, 7 years after my husband died, I decided to try online dating. I'm telling you, I think it was tougher than cancer treatment. Gosh, this is my book I self-published. It's called Online Dating is Rough. I published it last year, 2020, during the pandemic. So it's really going slowly, not like cancer is rough, but because, you know, it wasn't the best time for people to do online dating during the pandemic. This is one of the pages. You said you lived in a gated community. Liars. Liars. So anyway, now for some education. How do I photograph dogs? Patients, parents, and peanut butter. Now, the peanut butter can't have that xylitol in it. Okay.
Jib's a good one, right?
Yeah.
I think Jib's a good
Oh, yeah. And so is, yeah. Yeah. And I can bark loud, and I also make a sound that gets their attention. And that's how I get there. You know, parents are on the side. You'll see here, next one. Oh, there I am on the floor. That's my studio. Nikon or Canon, natural light or studio lighting. I'm a Nikon user, and I always prefer natural light, but now I like the studio lighting in my sunroom. That's where I photograph in my sunroom. You'll see something later how it's set up. And next, my lab is Miller's. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but everything's, you know, ordered online. It's great. Now, here is just a background, like this is the help I get with the parents. Okay, you can next. Two parents trying to get that dog on it. And I also have a lot of props. That one card is says, I'm a little behind. Sorry, happy birthday. Okay, go ahead. I will. Oh, everything I do is real. Oh God, I do not like to manipulate. You might have to pull something, take out something else, somebody's head or whatever, but no. Then they hired me for Christmas, but I brought these bibs with me. And the faces on those dogs kill me. I just love them. Okay, go ahead. And do I photograph one dog at a time? No, I'd rather probably. Anyway, my friend gave me this pram and I asked around if there was anybody who had a litter of puppies. And of course, somebody called me, I've got 11 pit bulls, pitties. So she came over and my friend, and she was outside. She was supposed to bring a helper, but she didn't, thank God I had a helper. She handed each dog to him and he brought him to me. We put him in there, and got this adorable shot. I just love the faces. Over the years, I've held many fundraisers. Let me tell you about this one here. Catoctin Vet. I announced, okay, for $50, you get a 5x7 and $5 will go to donation to the shelter. Nobody signed up. Nobody signed up. So I was there with my tub and this little foster dog, a little tripod, he was missing a leg. I said, stick him in the tub, let me take his picture. And then 10 people signed up right away. Then I had Flag Day special benefiting and everybody just had to bring a dog food for the session fee. And we put flags on the dog's collars. And I made a card from that. Then I had pink hair, breast cancer special. All the dogs had that little thing stuck in their hair for pink. And then Loud and Abused Women's Shelter fundraiser. I told everyone just bring a box of diapers. And that was their session instead of a session fee. And we were able to give diapers to the abuse center. And then this one. Loudoun, this just happened. Loudoun County First Responders Foundation was trying to raise money. And so what I told everyone for $50, and I was not getting any of the money. The checks were written directly to First Responders Foundation, but I would photograph their dog and then I chose the one I liked. And I would give them the high-res digital file of that dog and of the card. And I picked out the dog that I liked and then put them in the different things. But the funny part was I went over in the rain to the fire station, the police station, and the ambulance. And these guys are all looking at me like, what? I said, can I just get a picture of the front of your car? And, oh, so this is definitely manipulated. I mean, yes. Yeah, you know that. So anyway, but the policeman was the best. I saw him drive in and I was waving to him and he goes, are you just waving to me? And I said, well, I have a question for you. Can I get a picture of your car? And he goes, sure. So it was raining. And there's the policeman holding my umbrella over me and my camera while I got a picture of the front of his car. The guys did the same thing. Anyway, so I did end up raising a lot for this one, $750 for the foundation. This was I would say my hardest. Okay. I gave myself a self-assignment. I don't know if you ever done that. People give themselves an assignment. Every day in October, and my cousin made these pink capes for me. Every day in October, I photographed a different dog in a different place. So I did have people sign up for me and they'll say, okay, I'll take this day, I'll take that day and that. And sometimes I didn't even know until that morning if I had to go somewhere and find a dog and I put this cape on it and they all got, I think they paid $5 and they got, their picture of their dog. But the funniest part was I was at National Harbor photographing my friend's event and there were no dogs. I thought there'd be dogs all over. And my sister goes, there's a statue of a dog out there. So if you can see that right there, was that. So I got every day in there, but I'm telling you, I was like stressed every day. Okay, now here's some of my greeting cards. Which came first, the caption or the image? With me, I if I see a caption I really, really like, then I'll try to photograph, to go with that caption. But most of the times I'm looking at the dog's face and not like, oh, it's saying this or that. And did I tell you already that's my dog? Yeah. Okay. And this one here, the person hired me to photograph her dog in their pool. And I drove up, saw that truck. I said, oh, we got to get that truck. But you can see the dog's wet. We did get him in the pool. And, Ziggy, there's another one. Go ahead. I do a lot of sobriety 12-step program cards. One step at a time is one. And I sell at Gateway Gallery, and somebody left a note for me one day, and one of the girls said, oh, your friend Bill was here, to say hi. And I'm like, oh, I don't know who you mean. And I looked, and he left me a note. Hi, I'm a friend of Bill's. Love your cards. Now, I don't know if you know what it means to be a friend of Bill's. He started AA, Bill W. And, the guy, he goes, if you ever seen an obituary where it says, so-and-so was a friend of Bill's, it means they were an alcoholic, so they really appreciate. And so I've got a lot of, these type of cards. They keep coming back. It works. You love the face of this dog. So how do I find my models? In the beginning, I would go up to people and say, can I photograph your dog? If you agree, you'll get an 8x10 of it. You have to sign a model release and you'll get a copy of the card. And everybody always did. And then it got to the point where, actually, this is one of the first responder dogs. Then it got to the point when people hire me to photograph their dogs, I usually find at least one image expression I love to make a card out of. And that's, I said, they get a free 8x10. And I don't give away the digital files of my cards. Where do I sell my greeting cards and prints? Gateway Gallery, Vintage Magnolia. There's 2 Vintage Magnolias in Leesburg. I sell them on Etsy and Local Color, various little gift shops. I found that my cards don't do well in dog stores because people are looking for their exact dog. And then when I started getting them in gift shops, that's people are looking at the captions more first and then. Okay. And so this is on Etsy. They're all my cards and my 2 books I sell. Now, before we go to the next one, I want to tell you, it's not a dog, but it's my biggest seller. Never thought, not really my type of photography, but you can tell me. That's Ocean City, New Jersey boardwalk. And I sell this all the time on Etsy. So I don't know if you guys try to sell your work on Etsy at all, but this one, and some people don't think it's a photograph. Yeah. And so you know what it is with Photoshop. Are you familiar with Nick filters? Yeah, it's tonal contrast. And that's what it is. And this was in May before the season. And it was after a storm. And the biggest thing, Mac and Mango, my favorite pizza place. It was always Mac and Mango for 50 years or more. And then after I photographed that, they had some problems with taxes or something. One owner had to leave, and now it's Mango and Mango. So this is more valuable. So my Cancer is Rough and Online Dating is Rough books are on Amazon. These 2 darlings are in it. And I have so many people to thank, especially my photography peeps and the Virginia Professional Photographers Association and the Professional Photographers America. It's like continuing education, like you do in here with your continuing education. And I've been for about 20 years now. It's great. This is the Zoom call we had for our convention last year. This is our convention last year. We usually go and everybody gets all dressed up and, for the awards ceremony. And here we were, but we had fun. So I don't know if you can see me on there, but that is my boyfriend in the background. I say boyfriend because, my age is like, what you call him. And I'll tell you about him in a minute. We'll go a little further. I love this expression. She can sit up and beg and she can give her paw. I don't say she will, but she can. And words I don't like to say is, oh, I missed that shot. Okay. I just was up at Del Rey Art on the Avenue, and I sold a lot of my cards, and it was a great day, a great day. And at the end, see how that little fire hydrant there is mine. And at the very end of the day, I said to some guy, let me get your dog, because he's kind of little, next to my fire hydrant. And I took it, and I was so happy. And then that dog lifted his leg and peed on it. And I missed it. I missed that shot. I was so mad. I was so upset. Now, okay, here's my boyfriend. Did you see it? Okay, I like to say I still photograph two-legged subjects, but in February, when we had our big convention online, entered this, he taught me how to play chess. No, he tried to teach me how to play chess. But while he was teaching me, I'm looking at him, there's a portrait here, the way he was concentrating and all. So I ended up photographing him for that. It ended up getting the highest score of the whole convention. I got 4 awards plus best in show. And guess what? I had to get it from my little office. Instead of being there all dressed up, I usually do at the award ceremony, you get all dressed up and go up and get your award. But anyway, you can't take that away from me. And that's behind the scenes. That is my indoor studio. I work in that's my sunroom. So I put different backdrops up. I can use lights or not use lights because the light in there is beautiful if you don't want to use lights, and I'm so happy to have a box full of prints. These are from all the, goes back to my first slide instead of that, which I had that too, but I should. Okay, the next one. There's my dog, Sandra. She is the best doggy ever. And life might not be the party we hope for, but while she dances, and the end. This is a card I made up. It's called 2020. It's behind us.
That one's good.
Yeah. Yeah. I should change that 2020 and 2021. So that's it. Thank you for listening.
All right. Thank you, Kathy. So anybody online have any questions? Because, these people in the room, they can hold their questions a little bit. But anyway, anybody online, Susan says that was impressive, Kathy, on chat. And you should be able to take yourselves off mute and we should be able to hear you if you want to talk.
Yeah, any questions about anything?
So you had a slide on this, but the question is, where do you have your cards printed?
Miller's. Yeah. And I'm sure the reason I started this way and I can't stop now is people love them because it's hard cards. I mean, it's really good quality and people really like this and they frame them too. I probably could save a lot of money by getting them printed cheaper on thin paper, but at this point, everybody on Etsy who orders and they're always saying great quality, you can't change now.
Yeah, maintaining quality is a good idea, I think. Next question, can you give us some tips on shooting dogs?
Yeah, so my thing was, that's mainly what I should be telling you, is honestly, I need the parents' help. I need the parents to be next to them. And you just need a lot of patience. So for instance, just having a dog sit there without even a prop. Sometimes a prop helps, especially if it's a little dog, you don't want it to move away. That tub is helpful. But just have your lighting all set up and everything ready before the dog arrives. A lot of times too, it's good if the dog goes running around crazy outside for a while, tires them out a little bit. And then a lot of times I let the people keep the leash on them and I can get rid of that in Photoshop. And honestly, you just need a lot of patience and the peanut butter. And if you don't want to give them peanut butter, got little treats. And what was I just going to say? You just have to keep trying. I make this, I'll do it, okay? It makes them look at you. And it only works once. If you're gonna make a loud noise, if you're gonna make any kind of noise, it only works once. You might know that with dogs, right? Okay, so I'll go. Let's see, and they look at me and their ears go up and the parents laugh, and I've never had a dog. I was always afraid that dog's gonna come at me. And, but I haven't really had that happen yet. But that is, I've had squeaky things and all, and sometimes that works, but honestly, it's me barking out loud or making that noise that gets their attention. And the parent next to them, sometimes, we just have to keep, go ahead, go back, sit down again, sit down, go back, sit down. You just need to take your time. So would that answer your question, or do you have something else in particular about photographing them?
I guess he's typing, but while we're waiting on anybody else, so to build on that last comment, you're in the studio, you got your model there. I'm just curious, how many images is a typical session?
Okay, what I have to tell you first, I started with film. So that's my mentality, and I am not clicking away. I had a woman one time giving me a hard time. She goes, why do you just keep clicking? You'll get it. I'm like, I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing. So maybe with one dog, I might take 50 shots, but a lot of times, you only need one good one, but I have more to show too. So I am not the photographer that says, okay, for $50, you get 200 digital files. So that's not me. I am more into wall art. Dogs are part of your family, and to see them hanging in your, family room with your other family members, that's me. I'm more into wall art.
So another question, do you also use film today, black
No.
and white color?
No, I will tell you, I don't think there's anything like true black and white film. I know everybody says you can get it with digital Photoshop, but there's nothing like true black and white film. But I mean, honestly, how many, yeah. I just got done saying sometimes I only take 50 pictures, but for one dog. But with film, how did that come? At the most was 36, I guess, on a roll.
It was 36 exposure roll.
Yeah, but I do miss it. I did darkroom work, and I love that. Yeah.
I much like you. I started in film. I don't miss it. That's me. Any other questions online? While waiting online, anybody in the room? Anybody?
I feel like.
No?
If we did a live thing, because I have three dogs, so. If we did a live thing, could I invite you over and you could like help us take some pictures?
Oh, sure.
Maybe when it's nicer out.
Yeah, so how many dogs are?
I have
Three of them. What kind are they?
all months. 2
No.
hounds and a mutt.
Of course, that's what mine's about. Yeah, it's fine. I had photographed.
One is very
Oh, well, I photographed at least. Well, I mean, those puppies were a different story because they're little puppies. But in my sunroom, I can get up to 3 dogs in there. But and also if it's really nice outside. But what I'd like to do, if it's anything outside, really need to see, check the lighting, check the location and everything, before. So, yeah. I mean, like as a teaching class, this type of thing, sure. Yeah, sure, it'd be fun.
I do have a question.
So when you're shooting dogs, what area of the dog are you focusing on most?
You would have had their eyes and nose have to all be in focus, So my favorite are not necessarily full body, which I will, but I love it. So if I'm going to photograph their face and I try to go on their eyes, but definitely have the right f-stop. So the nose and the eyes the nose has to be in focus too. I love I should probably tell you what kind of equipment I use. I said Nikon, and my favorite lens is the 105mm portrait lens. And I have a zoom lens too, but for portraits, I like that one the best.
Is that a macro lens or a single lens?
It's, I guess I consider macro, it's a portrait lens. What?
Oh, no, is the brand, is it Nikon or Sigma?
Oh, it's Nikon.
So you shoot in Nikon?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. When I first started my class at Nova, some guy came in just to use a darkroom. He's a really great photographer. And he said, make sure you get a fixed lens. Is it called fixed or prime? I don't know which it is called now. And I got a zoom lens and he goes, you fool, I told you not to get a zoom. The zoom lens is great for events and, but if you're going to do a portrait, and they just got to stand back further. I got to stand back further. And with me photographing my sunroom, I can get pretty far back.
And so you were just talking about wanting to make sure you get the eyes as well as the nose in focus.
Yeah.
Is there like a go-to aperture and shutter
F8.
speed? Okay.
I'm pretty close there. And then trying to think if you're really close to the subject, yeah. Because then that's when you'll just get the eyes. But if you're kind of further back, I guess maybe I could do 5.6, but I think 8 is safe.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Is there any specific breed that you like to shoot the most?
My dog, no, okay. No, I wouldn't say a favorite. I do get a lot of labs. There's a lot of labs out there, but then the Bernese Mountain Dog is so sweet. That's yeah, I don't have a favorite. I don't think I have a favorite. Like that one I was showing you, that face where that dog's leading. I think that's a great name. I think that was a great name. Yeah, they're adorable. Yeah, they're all sweet. Well, if for everybody who stayed through the end, I do have 2 more. Okay. All right. They're my books. Okay. But wait a minute, hang on. I do with you have to guess. Somebody's got to guess. I'll start with my online dating stuff. So I met, his name was Bob, the guy, the chess guy. How long did it take me to meet a decent, nice guy? How many, I'll write it down. How many months did it take till I met a nice guy online?
Susan says 10 years. All right, we got online.
Months.
We got 16, 2, 24 in the room. Do I hear 36? Do I hear? No, 18. 12 online. Somebody online says 48.
Dear God, yeah. I didn't quit when I did it.
I like Pam's answer. Does not happen.
Believe it or not, it happened.
And then Susan says 6.
Okay, the closest one, I think might have been, it took me 10 months.
Somebody actually said 10 years.
No, 10 months.
So 10
Somebody
months.
said-
There was somebody, Cecilia said 12 months.
Yes, so
She's
she's the
closest.
winner. Okay, Cecilia, here you are. It will be here. The Sam will get it to you. Okay.
Cecilia, make sure you get with Sam and yeah,
Okay.
that'd be great. That's a great segue. So everybody who won, you have to show up on November 7th in order to get it.
Yeah,
No,
to
I'm kidding. But yeah, we'll have them on November 7th. All right. So
Okay, for my cancer is rough book, try to guess. Okay, with my kind of cancer, multiple myeloma, the way they find out how you're doing is getting a bone marrow biopsy. I don't know if anybody has ever had one, but it's pure torture. The first one I had, my doctor gave me, I thought I was electrocuted. But when I went to Little Rock, they said, no, you never have your doctor give the text. They do 20 a day. They don't hurt. So I never had that pain again, but the anticipation scared it, So how many bone marrow biopsies have I had to have since the year 2001? What'd you say?
20, guess online is 20, 25, 3, 22, 7. Like they say, the price is right. It's got 8 in a room. 3, did I say 3? 36. 14. I think
All right.
12. Somebody came up with 12.
Everybody finished?
I can't see if anybody's typing, so I'm going to give it a quick count down from 3, 2, 1,
Okay. All
a
right.
half. No, yeah, we're done.
Whoever is close to 36.
36 online. Doug Mattis.
Somebody got 36?
36.
Really? Wow. Well, congratulations. Who's the person that got that?
Doug.
Doug?
Yep.
Okay, Sam, you got all this?
Right.
Okay. All right. That's it. That's it. Well, thank you.
Okay.
I hope I was helpful. If you have any questions about anything, you can, I'm on kathykupka.com, kathykupkaphotography.com. So,
Excellent.
okay.
So thank you. Thank you very much.
Dog shows? I haven't.
You know, I told you I used to show dogs.
Yeah, right.
They would be crazy about your work.
Oh, really?
They really would. People that show those dogs, I mean, they're crazy. I mean,